Hello and welcome to Command & Conquer Renegade, a 14 to 15-year-old game. 2002 was like the beta, and then I think full release is in 2003. Anyway, so this is a game that I would call probably one of the most formative games of my childhood. It is not my favorite game of all time, but it's pretty damn close, and it is actually largely responsible for making me into the person I am today. It's the person that got me into, or it's the game. Yeah, it's the person. This is the person that got me into modifying games and writing code and like a lot of that kind of stuff that, you know, ended up getting me a job in life. So this game is kind of very meaningful to me in terms of everything. And to really put the nail in the coffin, I spent about an hour getting this game set up because it glitched out like hell. There was no audio. And then I'm like, okay, so I played this literally 2 months ago when the audio was working. I screwed around with a whole bunch of shit, compared it to files that worked and files that didn't, and a whole bunch of crap that I didn't need to do. But the reason that it has so many technical issues is because it's so old. There have been updates to it that have, fan-made updates that have fixed a lot of these issues, but the fan-made updates also break the stuff that I added to the game way back when. So, I'm going to show you guys the version that I ended up playing with all my additional stuff in it, so you guys can get an idea of how I played the game. Wow, I've been talking for like 2 minutes, haven't started playing the game yet. I knew this was gonna happen though. So I will briefly brief you guys on how the game operates. So there's 3 modes of gameplay. Online, which is these two. Multiplayer, which is the same thing but with AI. Really shitty AI. And then there's single player. So I'm gonna show some multiplayer practice and some single player. I can't show online. Well, I might be able to, but not many people play this game anymore. So I'd have to see if there's a server available. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up multiplayer practice. So this is the online mode, but in with AI. So first thing you guys will see that you won't know is necessarily different, but this is not this typical heads-up display for the game. The UI is completely different in the game. This is all stuff that I built on top of stuff that other people built, and the community was actually quite burgeoning and full of lots of people building lots of cool stuff. But anyway, so I actually have, like, you guys can see in the bottom right there, there's a whole bunch of stuff, and there's one that's going up by 2 every second. Those are my credits, which is basically money. Because I'm in practice, I have infinite money. Well, not infinite. I have 100,000, which is more than enough considering the most expensive character costs 1,000 and the most expensive vehicle costs 1,500. So it's quite a bit. So I'm going to show you guys kind of how the game operates a little bit by going and attacking the enemy base. Now, the AI will probably not do a very good job of killing me, but I'm gonna grab Mobius. He's got a rapid-fire weapon. Like that. Rapid fire, pretty powerful, as would be expected with someone that costs as much as you can in the game. And an ion cannon beacon, and then I'm gonna grab a vehicle. Okay, so if you guys have ever played Command & Conquer games before, you'll kind of recognize a little bit of this, because Command & Conquer initially started as an RTS, and you could have like a weapons factory where your vehicles would come out of, and you could build multiple weapons factories to build more vehicles and so on. In this, it's like a first-person / third-person shooter where you can actually go in and play as the soldier. I would actually argue this feels a little bit like a MOBA, because you're playing as a soldier in like an RTS style world. But anyway, that's a discussion for another time. So this is where credits come from. So these two things, similar to the RTS versions of Command & Conquer games, these two guys constantly come out here and collect stuff and go back to base and drop it off. So as they collect Tiberium, that goes back to your base and becomes credits. So you get 2 per second, plus these guys drop off 300 every few minutes, unless they're destroyed by the enemy team. As you can see, the health bar on him is actually going down as I shoot him with my APC. Screw off! You too, buddy. Just die. Oh, I'm approaching the enemy base. Watch out for the enemy base defenses. So, I'll show you guys what a raid of the base looks like. You can see my health in the bottom left there. So my APC is slowly dying because the obelisk is like the automated base defense, and it can do 300 damage to me per shot. Oh, geez, right, I forgot about you. That hurt. That hurt a lot. She's coming for me. Oh, God. But luckily, she's screwed. She doesn't know how to disarm that because she's AI, but theoretically, were there humans in this, there'd be absolutely no problem with them coming in here, and they'd attack me and they'd shoot me. And with certain characters, they'd be able to shoot this with a specific weapon that would disarm it. It takes time. It takes about 10 seconds to disarm, and you can see, oh jeez, screw off. Where are you? Where the hell are you? Get out of here. Screw you. Beat it. Okay. But you can see that this has, you know, 15 seconds left. It takes about 50 seconds from the time you lay it to actually blow up. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get to see a very good view of this because I'm inside. Hang on. See if I can get outside here. There we go. So another thing to note is, I have modified a lot about this game. So, oh jeez. Stupid helpful tips don't change my aim. Ah, he got me. Dang it. Anyway, so this map is actually supposed to be snowy. This is actually supposed to be covered in snow. And I didn't mind that, but I'm not much of a snow person myself. It looked kind of boring, so I replaced it with a different kind of texture. In this game, one of the things I loved about it, also there's kind of a little thing at the bottom, like a ticker, that just shows you like stuff that's happened throughout the game. Also part of the modded thing. I'll put a screenshot up or a little video clip up of the actual heads-up display of the game so you guys can see the difference between them, but... Anyway, I was on some other tangent about something, but I don't know. So I'll grab a tank this time and show you guys how the tanks work in this game. And then I'm gonna jump over to the other team and show you guys how that team works as well. Because it's different. There's a lot of it's the same. Like one of the guys I ran over on my way to attack the base was the same as the character I was using. He just fulfilled the role on the other team, but it was the same weapon, same cost, same everything, so most of it's pretty balanced, but this specific vehicle is not available for the other team. This is a mammoth tank, which is GDI specific. I'm on GDI, by the way, the other team is not. There's so much to talk about in so little time, and I don't know how to explain everything. So while I'm headed over there, I'll explain the buildings. So in the bottom left, you can see it has my health, and there's a radar, and then there's a direction, so there's east, and then southeast, and so on. And underneath that, there's a list of 10 things. So I'll go through the list and tell you what each of the 10 are. So AGT is Advanced Guard Tower. That's my automated base defense. Then there's the bar, which is the barracks, which is where infantry, like soldiers, come from. So you can't buy soldiers unless you have that. Then there's the WEP, which is the weapons factory, which is where my vehicles come from. And then POW, which is the power plant. And without the power plant, costs are doubled, and your base defenses go offline. And then HRV is the harvester, which is the vehicle. So not all buildings, but the harvester as well. Showing health down there. And then down below is the equivalent on their team. Oh, geez, I'm gonna die here. Oh, God, this is bad. This is so much badness. Okay, hang on. No, you need to die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Okay, tank dead. Tank dead. Badness. Badness. Alright, and luckily, again, they won't know how to defuse these, so I can just blow stuff up. And again, a lot of this is much different when you're, yeah, good. And they have a timer on there, too. A lot of this is different when you play the game against other people. And actually, I will link in the description down below some videos that I was able to find from a long time ago. They're all dated as well. And, I'm gonna blow myself up here. Boom! And that's gonna blow itself up when those two other mines there we go. They were timed, so they went off eventually as well. But yeah, I'll link a playlist in the description of old videos from this game so you guys can actually see me play. There's no commentary or anything like that. Just some music and me blowing shit up. That's all there is in it, unfortunately. But, okay, so I do want to jump to the other team, but I'm gonna lose all my credits if I do that. Ugh. Change team. Then I lose and go down to 0. So, luckily I jumped in right when it was doing a harvester dump, so I'm actually dealing with 300. But I'm going to go get some credits, and then we'll continue on, so I can show you guys some of the units on this team as well. Alright, we got a harvester dump coming in here. Dump. But I realized that I did a dumb thing and I destroyed the Hand of Nod, which is my equivalent of the barracks, so I can't show you guys any of the goddamn soldiers. But that's fine. There's something else I wanted to show anyway, so just gotta wait for this guy to dump off my 300 credits and we'll be good to go. Yeah, so also I played Renegade X on this channel a long time ago, which is like a fan remake of this game, which I don't think is quite as good, but it's still very good. Anyway, so this is the stealth tank, which is usually red, but I've skinned it white. And the stealth skin is not nearly this cool. The stealth skin is like standard, boring, stop it. I accidentally held down the mouse button when I got in, so it kept shooting. Anyway, also I just noticed a bug. I added this clock here in game, and that time is completely wrong. That should say PM instead of AM. Oopsies. But anyway, the stealth skin normally is like a blue, like, lightning bolt that goes over the vehicle. But I much prefer the rainbow wireframe myself. I think it looks way better. Gay Pride Parade type stealth tank. Yeah, boy. Anyway, so typically, the enemies would not be able to see us. I believe the AI can see me. I believe if I can find one here, I believe they can see me without, you know, any issue. But in theory, like, a player cannot see you except from a certain distance. So, hang on, let's see if this guy shoots me. Is he gonna shoot me? Yeah, so there's no way he would have been able to see me. Come on. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh my god, you're such a pain in the ass. You too. There's no way he would have been able to see me from that distance if he were a human, but of course, you know, bad AI programming and whatnot. Also, I just repaired my tank. This is the weapon you use to disarm and repair stuff. Anyway, so I'm gonna go attack their base and see if I can destroy something. Die, you stupid silly wanker! I just have to watch out because I see Mobius over there, which is the character that I took before that has the very fast rapid-fire rifle that could easily take me out in like a quarter of a second. Get out of here. Perfect shot. How are you not dead? Die. Get out of here. Okay. I'm actually just gonna repair a little tiny bit. And normally in a game you wouldn't do this because enemies cannot come up and steal your vehicle. So except in very specific circumstances, you would not typically, Oh, okay, we've got some soldiers in the caves back there. That's nice. But yeah, you would not typically exit your vehicle in the enemy base. Kind of a dumb idea. If you just want to get hijacked, I mean, go for it, but... Alright, see if I can find Mobius and kill him here. I need to repair a little bit. Ah, I'm fine. Ah, no, I found him. There he is. Get out of here. Get out of here. And of course, they just run right into you. They just let you trample all over them, so... Anyway, I think that kind of covers it for the multiplayer practice. That's like the practice mode, so you can go in and learn about the game. That's why the tutorial things were coming up. So now I'm going to go do single player. I'll show you guys the first level of the single player. Just do it on recruit. One thing I had hoped to show was some of the server stuff that I built. Because I had... Oh, wow, my HUD stays up over top of the cutscene. Oops! That's a bit of a bug.
What are we looking for again? An imaginary base. Quiet. Exactly. It's too quiet. It's this terrain.
Recon 1, this is Eagle Base. What's the delay up there?
Copy, Eagle Base. Still no sign of any node installation.
Stay loose. Keep your eyes open.
They could ambush us at any time. Luckily, it's right now when we're staying loose and holding position. There they are. So... really, there isn't much of a story to this game. There is a story. It's just not that involved, really. It kind of revolves around Tiberium, and Nod, the enemy team, the bad guy team, is trying to get more Tiberium. That's the best way I can describe this. So they create Tiberium monsters, and they just want money and stuff. It's a very kind of standard, boring story. But there is a story to it, and I'm gonna pick that up for some ammo. Alright, let's shoot some stuff. Hey, buddy, you're dead. Wow, that was way too easy. Do they have, like, no health in recruit mode? Because that was just way too easy. Unless someone else killed him. Come on, get out of here. Yeah, so never mind. That guy has lots of health. Come here. You're next. Okay, gotcha. And, okay, he's dead. Goody goody. Luckily, the commando is so amazing in this game that he can just take out all these wankers, without even thinking about it. I pick up some armor. Oh, we lost our APC. What a shame. It's not like that's a scripted event or anything. Die. Get out of here. All right, now we should be able to get some repairs in here and fix this tank up so I can have it. That should happen. once we clear out all the rest of these guys. Oh, right, we gotta destroy this. If you actually have cheats on, which there are cheats for this game, not built into the game, but because of how easy it is to mod, you can actually cheat pretty easily. You can blow that thing up before it can let the soldiers off, and then it kind of glitches out a little bit, but it's pretty funny. Who's shooting? You, sir! You die next! Unfortunately, there's not quite as much interesting stuff to show in the single player. I just wanted to show you guys that it had the single player mode. And I'm gonna see if I can show you some of my server stuff. Ooh, flamethrower. That's unique to Nod as well. The equivalent on GDI is a grenade launcher. Yay, you guys got it. Good job.
We pushed them back.
Yay, we pushed them back. More like I pushed them back, you dicks. Also, I like how in single player there's actually no score, but because I have the HUD on, my HUD on that shows that stuff, you can actually see the score in the bottom right there. 1576 for GDI, 0 for Nod. Oops.
Your tank is repaired and ready to
Yay, tank!
Recon one's tank. You'll need it.
Come on, let me blow it up. Oh, you blew it up for me. Fine. Whatever, dude.
Reinforcements.
Now I have to escort this Humvee. What a noob. Okay, I'm just gonna blow that guy up because I can. Show you guys a nice green explosion of blowing a harvester up. And a buggy. Get out of here. Can I blow you up too? Probably. Also, that's an orca. I should have showed you guys the orca. If I can start my server up, I'll show you guys the actual orca. Because it's really cool to fly and drive. It's like an attack helicopter, basically, but it's not a helicopter. It's way too cool for that. It's actually like a VTOL thing. Ooh, airstrikes. Goody. Does that mean you're going to destroy that obelisk for me? Yes, it does. But I do need to take out the SAM sites, I believe. Because that obelisk will kill me if I get too close. Oh, I'm too close. Okay. Because when it's charging up, that's badness. Alright. SAM site. You die next. Got one. And the next. Nope. I'm working on it. Shut up, dude. That voice in the back of my head is Locke. He's my commander. Alright, bring in the ion. Oh, he already blew up the shit. Okay, fine. Cool, I'm just gonna advance then. Have fun. Oh, okay. Good flight there, guys.
We have a GPS lock on the Nod installation. Prepare for ion cannon strike.
Okay, have fun. Incoming ion cannon strike.
8, 7.
Unfortunately, I can't even damage the building, so all we can do is watch the pretty ion cannon strike. That's usually blue, by the way. This is one of the skins that I have to turn it blood red instead of blue. Yay! And my HUD's gonna stay over the cutscene again. Yeah!
Good job, Havoc. The base computer should contain a wealth of intelligence data.
Yay us! We did it!
Accomplished.
Yay! 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 There you go. So that is the first mission of the game. I got mission rank 4. Oh, because of level of play, that's the only thing that brought me down. Just playing on recruit brings down my score. But anyway, okay, so I'm gonna go see if I can boot up one of my servers, because I can run it locally. This is back in the day when they used to have like dedicated servers you could download and you could run yourself. Now it's all hosted by the company, which is really annoying because it means you can't mod it or anything like that. But anyway, I'm gonna go see if I can start that up and get playing in there. I will be right back. We did it! Okay. I say we, I mean I. That took a lot of doing. They've made a lot of changes. Like I said, this kind of fan improvement of the game has made a lot of changes and enforced a lot of things. So much has changed since I did this stuff. I mean, I think the last revision of this script was 6 years ago. So like a lot of stuff has changed. And yeah, I mean, it's a little buggy here and there. But anyway, okay, so my vehicle limit is 99. That's good. Okay. So I'll show you guys the flying vehicles now. Also, there's no music when you're in multiplayer. This is technically multiplayer. We're technically in multiplayer right now, as opposed to single player with AI. But anyway, so I still have all my mods and stuff in, so you guys are still seeing, you know, all the modified HUD and the modified skins and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of this stuff is not actually in the game. Like this skin is not part of the default game. But anyway. So, what I'm going to do, I also have a bunch of like scripts attached to this stuff that were like stuff that I added to the game. So I'm going to show you guys one that's called the crate. And the crate actually wasn't invented by me. I just made it a hell of a lot better than it was. So this is the crate. It's a little bit visually bugged just because I have a Rubik's Cube skin instead of the default skin. But I'm gonna pick it up and see what happens. This is basically a gamble, so you can pick it up and it might blow you up or it might give you money or, you know, something like that. So let's see here.
Warning. Tiberian
Oh.
life form detected.
Okay, so I got turned into the kamikaze, so as soon as I die, everything's gonna blow up. But unfortunately, that took away all my weapons and stuff because it transformed me into a different character, I think. It would have kept any weapons that I picked up, because I added weapon pickups in this, but, oh geez, right, I added guard towers in this, which are really a good thing, because in the original, you could, like, before I modded this, you could just come here and, you know, shoot stuff. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Well, I'm gonna go with a bang. Go with a bang. Yeah! And somehow that didn't kill the guard tower. Whatever. Whatever, dude. I don't care. Okay, I need money. Hang on. I'm gonna use my cheat code for money. 1 second here. Everything's gonna go black here for a second while I do awesome stuff. Hang on a second. Let's see if I do. That should do it. Yeah, there we go. I have 5,000 credits now. Okay, perfect. Awesome. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Okay. But actually, screw flying vehicles. Flying vehicles are not very good for invading a base. I'm not gonna lie. They're not really meant for that kind of thing.
Unit ready.
But tanks are. So I'm gonna take the shorter route instead of going over the bridge. The bridge is the long route. But yeah, so you'll also notice in the bottom left it says the HUD was designed by Stewie. That's the name I used to go by when I played this game. And actually right now the host of this game is my alternate account, which is not Stewie. Like one word, not Stewie. Yeah. Anyway, fun fact about me, that was the name I used to go by in like every community before. I'm like, you know what? Should probably not be using that anymore. It severely limits the things I can use as like avatars and whatnot when I play games. Anyhow, we're gonna go destroy this base. I'm gonna go destroy this base. And it's gonna be awesome because I can use cheat codes while I'm in there. There's gonna be another guard tower here, of course there is. But yeah, so if I lose this vehicle, I can just give myself another one, I think. If I remember what the codes are, that's the problem. I don't remember what most of the codes are and whatnot. Like I have editing scores, I have teleporting, I have spectate mode, which spectate mode was created because people started making aimbots for this game. And as much as like the community was very, like we did a lot of anti-cheat stuff. A lot of anti-cheat stuff. And it was amazing. We did a lot, actually. Hey, my veteran points. Another thing added into the game. We did a lot of anti-cheat stuff, but still catching aimbots was incredibly difficult. So what we did is invented a spectate mode so we could invisibly watch another player. And we could essentially determine whether or not they were using aimbot just based on their behavior. Whether their gun jumped around and that kind of stuff. Looking kind of like a bot would. But I'll show you guys what that looks like if I go... 1 second... I'm now in spectate mode, so I'm now invisible. And we actually had commands that would like connect in game to these kind of commands. Unfortunately, I can't do that because that requires being connected to IRC. You guys remember IRC? Man, this is just so much the good old days for me. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna turn that off. Okay, so I'm no longer spectating. Oh, geez, I respawned. Right. Okay, I tried to give myself a mammoth tank, and that's what happened. Oopsies. My bad. Let's try that one again. Hang on. I'm gonna get there. There we go. I got it. Yay! I have a mammoth tank. So, this is kind of some of the stuff that we added. And, like, you know, most of this stuff wasn't for, like, abusing like I just did. Like, obviously, you wouldn't do that in an actual game. But a lot of it was for, like, testing and whatnot. And, there isn't actually a whole lot else I wanted to show from this, just that, you know, the game, it's one of those games from a long time ago that players used to make better. The players would come into the communities and they would add stuff and they would alter stuff and they'd run their own servers. And that was awesome, and it was entirely community run, whereas you compare to something like Red Alert 3, which is also Command & Conquer, which came a few years after, and the community's gone now. There's no one there anymore. There was some modding support for making maps, but because EA and GameSpy ran the servers, as soon as they stopped doing that, boom, Red Alert 3 just like disappeared off the face of the earth. And Renegade actually lasted longer than Red Alert 3 did, just because the community kept it going. And it was really unfortunate. There were a lot of politics and stuff that led to the downfall of a lot of servers, which is really unfortunate. I think there's only 2 left. One's called Ren Corner, and I don't remember what the other one's called. And they're basically empty all the time. They keep them running and have events like monthly and that kind of stuff. But honestly, it's just kind of sad. It's just kind of sad. Also, I forgot there's one other thing I can do. I want to show you. I can do this. See if that works. Oh no, I screwed up. Hang on. There we go. I just gave myself 50 mammoth tanks. Oops. Well, that's bad. Man, I just remember like being able to do all this stuff. Oh my god. Anyway, so I think that's all I have to show. I also remember that I added an achievement system to this, and like there was like the thing you saw with like the veteran points. You can use veteran points to buy stuff, but again, you need the IRC stuff actually hooked up so that through chat in the game I can actually make that happen. But anyway, I think that's all I have to show. This game was so much fun while it lasted, and it's such a nostalgia trip every time I play it. And to me, it's just one of those special games that has never been replicated. Even with Renegade X, a lot of the magic was lost because, again, it just didn't have the modding support. The community just wasn't there for it. And it's just really sad to kind of see games like this kind of disappearing as the gaming world moves on into the more company-hosted stuff. It's just like you lose a lot of this kind of stuff, and it makes me a little sad. But anyway, if you guys want to check the game out, I don't even know where you'd find it, to be completely honest. Maybe Amazon, eBay, you could probably pick up a copy, but I mean, it hasn't been sold for like 10 years, so it'd be kind of difficult to find. But I'll throw some links in the description down below of various communities and whatnot if you guys care enough to look in the games. And again, that playlist of the old videos that I used to make they're also there. But I think other than that, that's all I got. This was my birthday gift to myself, so yay, happy birthday me. But anyway, that's all for this episode, so thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.